Hi guys, it's been a while since I did a VSG update. So I am 4 years post-op and I haven't done an update for quite some time. I wanted to come to y'all, tell y'all kind of what life is like 4 years after surgery, where my body weight has sort of settled, and a bit about the ups and downs through the journey over the last 4 years. So stay tuned to check out all of my experience in the rest of this video. So let me back up first so you get a full view of my body as far as how it looks on camera and compare it to the last time y'all seen me. So since the last time I did a video, I've lost more weight, then gained back more. At my lowest, I was about 122 and a size 0. And I'll insert some pictures here or here so you can see what that sort of looked like on me. Honestly, I did not feel my healthiest at that weight and size, and so I am thrilled to be at a place where I just feel really healthy and comfortable in my own skin. The way my body looked, I was fine with, but I really wasn't happy with how I felt. I was really tired. I was also in a stressful work situation, a toxic and abusive work situation. So it made maintaining my healthy journey after VSG really difficult. I ended up not eating as a sort of manifestation or reaction to the stress I was experiencing. And so, whereas previously I would overeat when I was stressed out, after VSG, I began to not eat. I didn't have an appetite, and I had to force myself, and my family had to force me to eat in order to just be alive, right? So since then, praise the Lord, I am free from that toxic situation. But also, I would say about the beginning of the pandemic, when a lot of us were in the house and putting on pounds, that was a good thing for me. And so I slowly went, I would say at the beginning of the pandemic and spring of 2020, I was about a size 4. And so I'd already started to take a bit more care of myself and gain a bit of weight back, moving from that size 0 to a size 4. And a 4 was like really kind of like, I guess, loose, like a really comfortable fit. So there were some 2s that I could fit as well. But at the beginning of spring of 2020, I was a size 4, and I can't remember my exact weight, but I believe I was around 140. So spring forward a year plus later, and I am now a full-blown size 8 jeans and a 6 dress. I think the reason why I'm an 8 in the jeans and a 6 in my dresses is because the dresses that I tend to wear or have a little bit of stretch in them, like your typical Calvin Klein work style dresses. I love those. Oh my gosh, if Calvin Klein like ever did something racist and we had to cancel them, my whole wardrobe would be done. I love Calvin Klein. The quality, the affordability, like I just love it. And Calvin Klein is not sponsoring this video, but wink wink, I am more than happy to do a Calvin Klein haul review. Send me all the Calvin Klein dresses. I love them. Anyway, tangent. Anyway, so the dresses, a lot of the work dresses that I wear that are a size 6 fit really well here, and then they hug a little bit down here, but mainly in the shoulder and chest area is like where they fit really comfortable. Now the jeans, I feel like I wear a size 8 because of the extra skin that I have on my stomach, and I won't do a full body view in this video, but if that's something y'all want to see, I'm more than happy to do it. Y'all know I'm body positive over here, so if you want to see me naked, comment down below and I'll do a more revealing video so you can see my stomach and my back and just areas that you can't see necessarily while I'm fully clothed like this. Now, one thing that I have not done is any strength training or toning or muscle like building or weightlifting or anything like that. The only thing I do and seldomly is cardio. And what I do for my sort of ongoing regular exercise is I walk. Now my family says, well, I would say they say this, but when I walk with my family, they are like, you walk really fast. Like, this is not just a stroll. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a 15-20 minute brief stroll around the block and burn off some energy or burn off some steam. That's the way I kind of release stress and tension, is to walk. But I realized after walking with other people, sometimes I'm actually doing like a superpower walk. And I think that's why, you know, that's a sort of an option, because I don't run. Like, that's my thing. That's not my thing, rather. I don't run. And I like to do exercises outside. I love to be outside. That's one thing that has definitely changed 4 years after the surgery, is that I used to always talk about like how I was allergic to outside and exercise. I'm still allergic. In my mind, I'm still allergic to exercise. I hate exercise. But it doesn't feel like exercise when I'm walking like in nature. A big thing that changed over all this time is that I absolutely love being outside in nature, doing hikes and trail walks and all that kind of stuff. Whereas before, I literally thought I was gonna die if I was outside for more than 10 minutes, because I would just sweat so much and be so hot and so miserable. And it just felt like I was carrying 200 pounds, which I was. But now after VSG, I feel lighter and I get to enjoy nature in a way that I have never been able to in my entire life. So that is really, really, really exciting. Like, I enjoy camping. Like, I want to do camping all the time now, which for people who know me, they're like, what? Like, I'm a city girl. I grew up and was born and raised in St. Louis, and I'm like city. I lived in Chicago for almost 10 years. So I'm like a city person, or at least that's what I thought. But after losing so much weight and maintaining it for so long, the like possibilities of activities have just opened up for me. So that has been extremely exciting and invigorating and rewarding. Another activity that I do for exercise or cardio, as kind of how I like to see it, is I do a lot of gardening. You can kind of see some of my flowers and stuff in the back, but maybe if y'all are interested, I'll take you on a garden tour. Again, whatever you want me to like make more content about, just comment down below and I'll bring it to y'all. But the gardening is like, I mean, it's a workout. Like, it's a straight up workout. Like digging holes and carrying huge bags of compost or soil and just replanting stuff. Like, I work up a full-blown sweat as if I was on like a treadmill or something. But it's just a more rewarding activity because I get to watch the plants grow and nurture and care for them. And it's just a new thing that is, again, so like enriching for my soul, but something that I would have avoided at all costs, that I did avoid at all costs, because I didn't like being outside when I was almost 300 pounds. So it was just too miserable. It really was. And y'all thinkums know what I'm talking about. Like, it just be too hot, just too hot. You can like barely just move like half an inch before you like bust in the sweat. So let alone like actually doing some labor intensive exercise outside. Like, that just was not an option. I feel like just feel like he was gonna die, like pass out, because low-key, like, it was that miserable. But being lighter, a lighter weight, again, I just find myself like being exposed to and enjoying an array of activities that I previously thought were just not for me or not within my wheelhouse. And so that has been a beautiful, 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 beautiful experience post-op. So in terms of what I'm eating, I eat whatever I want, whenever I want. The biggest biggest rule that I consistently break, and for those of you all who have had or are going to have VSG or RNY, or in the community, or supporters of a family member who has went through the surgery or is going through the process, you know we cannot have carbonated beverages. The gas bubbles in the carbonated beverages, any kind, doesn't matter, diet, sparkling water, any of it, when you drink that, it expands your stomach. So I would say for about 2.5 years, I have been drinking soda as just kind of freely. I drink a lot of water also, but I drink soda, and I feel like that definitely contributed to my ability to gain weight and be like the size I am now, because at the time that I was going through severe distress and just total chaos in that work situation in the very beginning, like, not only did I not have an appetite and was experiencing like the physical manifestations of stress in that way, but I also felt like I couldn't, like, my stomach was so small that I couldn't even eat like a half a sandwich. So in terms of portions, like, it was really difficult for me to like just eat like a decent amount of food. And so now and let me back up a little bit. My journey from when I originally had surgery to a year post-op, or a 1.5 years post-op, is particular to me. Everybody goes through a unique situation, and for me, the first 4 months, I couldn't even eat eggs. Like, I could only eat like liquids and soups. Just my system was really slow to return to normal in terms of what my body would accept. And so my husband and I did the surgery around the same time, and he was able to eat eggs and oatmeal and like tuna salad way quicker than I was. My body was just like, yeah, nope, you're not ready for that. It would get like I couldn't hold it. It was really painful to digest. And my body was just like, nah, we're not ready for that. We're gonna stay on these protein shakes, these Premier protein shakes, and these soups. We'll let you have chili because that's kind of like a soup. So that's what I was for the first 4 months or so. And then around 6 months, I could start having a little bit more robust things in my diet. And it was easier for me to have like fresh fruits and vegetables and things that were a bit more hearty. I still couldn't eat bread for like probably 8 months after. And so then a year after I was able to eat those things, I couldn't eat meat for the first few months at all. So about a year after, I could have like a more substantial variety in my diet. But again, like, the sizes of them were just really small. And so I could eat like a quarter of a peanut butter sandwich. So like one piece of bread, peanut butter on it, folded in half, and then half of that. Like, I could eat that. And then I would have to wait, a while before I could have the other part. Now, and so anybody who's gone through the process or is going through the process, you know that there's certain rules or guidelines that your surgeon or your physician will give you. And so like the actual ability to practice those after surgery is just going to be dependent on like your unique body. So in order for me to intake as much protein as I needed, which was at least 60 grams, I would have to supplement and get that with shakes, because I just couldn't get that with solid foods. And stay within the rule of like, you know, don't graze through just constantly grazing like that. I mean, for me to have like distinct meals, and stay within, or have distinct meals and reach the protein goal of the day, I would have to drink shakes, because the small meals just weren't adding up to what my body needed in terms of protein, vitamins, etc. Speaking of vitamins and etc., 4 years out, I still keep up with my labs and whatnot. My last lab checkup was about a year ago, and at that time I had already been on an iron supplement since, I mean, for a while, actually before I had surgery. Recently, so about a year ago, I did my lab checkup, and my doctor put me on an additional B12 supplement and vitamin D supplement, because those were low in my lab count. So that's just an extra pill that I take with my medicine, and you know, my multivitamin or whatnot. I don't wear the patches anymore. I used to wear the patches. I just take a general women's multivitamin, iron supplement, B12 supplement, and vitamin D supplement, and I'm good. So I'm coming up on a year, so it's about time for him to check my lab results again and make sure that we're still on track and whatnot. I'm trying to give y'all as much information as I think you might be interested in, but I don't want to make this video too long to where, you know, I don't hold your attention. So maybe we'll do like a part 1 or part 2. I don't know. Here's what we can do. Add questions below, and whatever questions below you have about this 4-year post-op check-in, I'll come back and do a video speaking specifically to those questions. This is just stuff that I thought y'all might be interested in. And so as far as what I'm eating now, again, like, I'm back to eating whatever I want, and like in the portions that you're expected to be able to have for a healthy diet. So I can eat like a 6-inch sub with and I usually get a veggie sub. I can eat a 6-inch veggie sub and a drink, and that's like I mean, I might have like a fruit or something if I wanted it, but there was a time when like that was way too much bread. That would not happen. I can eat like a half of a Chick-fil-A salad, like the big salads that you get from Chick-fil-A. I can have half of one of those, and that's a meal, and then the other half I have for you know, a later meal or whatnot. So that's about, in terms of volume of food that I'm eating, that's about it. I can eat about like 6 or 7 shrimp that are about that size, and that have that as a meal with a little bit of veggies, and that's how much I can hold comfortably. And I definitely still get like a wall of like, oh, your stomach has reached capacity, do not take one more bite. And I try to listen to her when she tells me that, because if I don't, I will throw up. So but generally, like, it's not a regular thing. Generally, I'm familiar enough with my body where I know, like, when that time is coming, like, okay, we're pushing up on it, you got one more bite left, and like, okay, let me take this last bite and savor it, and I'm good to go. So that's where we are. 4 years, y'all. 4 years. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that, like, this is life. I love it, y'all. I love being able to run with my kids and just fit on any airplane and not have like issues. I'm just not as self-conscious about my body image and stuff. Certainly I still have to work on my, like I still see my therapist and talk about, every now and again we talk about my body and stuff like that, but it's not like where it was before surgery. I feel good about my body, and I love where I am, and I just wish for nothing but success and happiness to anybody who is going through this experience. The one thing that has been hands down like the most valuable is the support from family and the love from family and the online community support. So the Facebook group is dope. I'm part of the large VSG RNY Facebook, but I also just recently joined like the Black Women VSG sort of smaller Facebook group, just as a place where you can just stay connected to people who get it, and that makes all the difference. Like I still, 4 years out, look at posts from community members and what they're going through, and am able to chime in on my experience, but also I'm still learning. Like I'm just still learning. So the process is, I feel like, going to be forever in terms of accommodating your life to this, having this new lifestyle and just learning like your body. So this is where I am now, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Again, post questions down below. I'll holler at you. Peace.